My second book is about another South Carolina heroine. She lived in York County. Her name was Martha Bratton, and as you can see, I followed along the same title line with the daughter of the American Revolution, changing the adjectives and making her Fearless Martha, a daughter of the American Revolution. Again, a very spunky lady who was left at home with children and having to take care of the farm while her husband was off and about. Her house was also, I won't say attacked, but the British Legion came in along with the Tory militia. A man had a sickle to her throat, threatening to kill her unless she told the whereabouts of her husband, and she again said no. I don't know really what would have happened with her life if one of the other British militiamen had not intervened, but he made it very clear that to that man, the soldier that was threatening her, by knocking him off the porch and the sickle down to the ground, that they did not make war on women and children. And I just find it again, the fact that she was willing to stand tall, if you will, and that's what I've used as the family's mantra in this particular book. They were always saying, stand tall, stand tall. And this was another family that did the same kind of thing. There's not been a lot written about the Southern Campaign, and that's another reason that I found it interesting to write about this. We hear about Valley Forge, we hear about Paul Revere, but there were 3 years that the Southern Campaign was very much a part of the Revolutionary War, and it was the women and children that were just as involved as the men, because you can tell from just these stories that the war came onto their property right in their faces, and they had decisions to make. Some houses were burned, and crops were destroyed. Their homes were pillaged with things, their clothes, with their mattresses, with cooking implements, all these things that were stolen from them. And the war was very, very intense. And I think it is very important that we remember these stories. That's another thing. Sorry, I'm having to think as I talk since it's on the fly. It's important that we remember these stories. These men, women, and children took a stand for us, and we're reaping the benefits of it. As I sit here today in Barnes Hill in Winston-Salem, and we're staying over at Old Salem in one of the bed and breakfasts there, and it's so nice to see the history. I've had the privilege to work with my husband on both these books. I have written the words, and he's put my words into pictures that anybody can enjoy and appreciate. It's been an interesting time, I will say that, as we've worked together on a project for the very first time. But his talent making my words come alive in picture form has been a unique thing that has bonded us in a different kind of way. And I think I want to thank my husband John for what he's done to make my writing much more important.